Welcome to CoServ Electric's 82nd annual meeting. I have been told that we have a quorum based on this year's voting results, so I will now call this meeting to order. My name is Bill Ragsdale. I live in Flower Mound, and I'm your director from District 6. I also have the honor of serving as chairman of the CoServ Electric Board of Directors. This meeting is being broadcast from CoServ headquarters in Corinth. We welcome you to this annual meeting and hope that you find it both informative and of interest to you, our member owners. At this time, I'd like to call on Chris McCraw, our vice chairman and board member from District 3, to deliver the invocation.
Thank you, Bill. Please join us as we pray. Our Father in heaven, we come to you this afternoon asking for protection for all who serve, for those who have served in the armed forces, who have put themselves in harm's way for our sake and for freedoms that we have today, for those first responders and medical professionals who have sacrificed so much in the fight against an unseen enemy, for all those who toil behind the scenes in jobs that provide food, clothing, shelter, and other needs for those in their community and for their families. We ask especially for the protection of the CoServ linemen and gas technicians who face danger each day as they work in brutal conditions to serve our members and customers. Please let them go home safely at the end of each day to their families. We ask your blessings on all who have struggled or continue to struggle. Help us all to look for ways to help those around us every day. And we ask for wisdom for all in leadership positions. We seek your clarity in representing our friends and neighbors and in making decisions that are best for our communities. Please keep our hearts and minds focused on serving others. Amen. One of our favorite traditions each year is to have longtime CoServ employee Sherry Floyd sing the National Anthem. And we'd like to continue that today with a pre-recorded video. So now, as she has for the last 8 years, Sherry will honor us with her version of the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tricia Sheffield. I live in Louisville, and I'm your District 5 Director. I'm also the Secretary-Treasurer of the CoServ Electric Board of Directors, and I'm responsible for ensuring that notice of this 2022 annual meeting was mailed in a timely manner in accordance with the company's bylaws. The bylaws require that written notice be delivered not more than 30 days, nor less than 10 days before the meeting date. On May 12, 2022, Survey and Ballot Systems mailed ballot packets to all eligible CoServ members as of the record date of April 18th. The mailing included notice that the 2022 meeting would be conducted June 7th at 2 p.m. at CoServ headquarters in Corinth, Texas. I have before me a mailing certificate stating that the notice of the annual membership meeting was mailed in a timely manner pursuant to CoServ's bylaws. And now I'd like to turn the meeting back over to our chairman.
Thank you, Tricia. I would now like to formally introduce the CoServ Electric Board of Directors. From McKinney, District 3 Director and Vice Chair Chris McCraw. From Louisville, District 5 Director and Secretary Treasurer Tricia Sheffield. From Sanger, District 1 Director Richard Muir. From Pilot Point, District 2 Director Leon Pelzel. From Little Elm, District 4 Director Mark Rutledge. From North Lake, District 7 Director Chance Adair. And again, I am District 6 Director and Board Chairman Bill Ragsdale. On behalf of the entire board, we thank you for letting us serve you, our fellow CoServ members. CoServ is a special place, and we feel privileged to be a part of it. Now I'd like to introduce CoServ's General Counsel, Kevin Haney. Mr. Haney will now provide a report regarding the director election.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Haney, and I'm CoServ's General Counsel and with the McGinnis Lockridge Law Firm. This afternoon, I will be announcing the voting results for the items of business before the membership at this meeting, which are, number 1, approval of the 2021 annual meeting minutes, and number 2, election of directors for Districts 2 and 7. Again this year, the law firm Richards, Elder, and Gibson served as the independent third-party election official with assistance from the election firm Survey and Ballot Systems to administer the director nomination and election process, and also to receive, validate, and count the mail and electronic ballots and certify the vote count. To transact business at this member meeting, CoServ's bylaws require 2 things. 1, a quorum, which is 1% of the members as of the record date for the meeting, must be present as determined by valid mail and electronic ballots received. And number 2, each item of business be decided by a majority vote. For this afternoon's meeting, the required number for a quorum is 2,406 members. At this meeting, we have 10,874 members present as represented by valid mail and electronic ballots received. So, as Mr. Ragsdale indicated earlier, we do have a quorum for this meeting and can transact business. With respect to approval of the 2021 annual meeting minutes, a total of 10,311 members voted to approve those minutes, which is a majority, so the 2021 annual meeting minutes are approved. With respect to the director elections, in District 2, Leon Pelzel is the incumbent director and ran unopposed. In District 7, Chance Adair is the incumbent director and also ran unopposed. With respect to the voting in the director elections, a total of 9,798 members, which is a majority, voted to elect Mr. Pelzel as the District 2 director, and a total of 9,200 members, which is a majority, voted to elect Mr. Adair as the District 7 director. So based on the director voting results, Mr. Pelzel is elected as the District 2 director, and Mr. Adair is elected as the District 7 director, with both serving a 4-year term. Congratulations to both of you. Now, on behalf of CoServ Electric and its board of directors, I want to thank each of you that took the time to vote this year. And I'll now turn the meeting back over to Mr. Ragsdale.
Thank you for providing the election results, Kevin. I, too, would like to congratulate the winners and hope they look forward to the next 4 years of service. I also would like to thank all the members who voted this year. A democratically elected board of directors is just one of the many things that makes membership in a cooperative special, and very different from being a customer of a retail provider. At this time, we invite you to enjoy a brief video, and after the video, Donnie Clary, CoServ's president and CEO, will provide an update to the membership.
Powering community. This has been CoServ's core belief since the beginning in 1937, when a group of farmers and ranchers banded together to bring electricity to the rural parts of North Texas. They created the Denton County Electric Cooperative, now known as CoServ. This year, CoServ celebrates its 85th anniversary. This is an excellent opportunity to look back at the co-op's rich history of powering community, and not just with electricity and natural gas, but also with community support, volunteerism, and charitable grants. In the 1930s, the for-profit utilities wouldn't run power lines to rural areas because they couldn't justify the cost. While big cities were lit up with electricity and progress, small towns were being left behind. President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed this problem by creating the Rural Electrification Administration, which led to the creation of electric cooperatives. The cooperative business model made running power lines to rural areas feasible because the customers were members of the co-op and had ownership in it. Denton County Electric Cooperative energized its first lines in 1938, and by the end of that year, 1,000 members had electricity for the first time. CoServ now serves a diverse mix of fast-growing suburban communities and rural areas. Many of the farms and ranches that were among the first to get electricity are now being developed into neighborhoods, schools, shopping centers, and offices. But CoServ's commitment to bringing reliable, affordable electricity remains the same. From North Lake to McKinney, demand for commercial and residential development is keeping CoServ and our contractors busy. They are expanding existing infrastructure, designing, building, and completing new electric and gas lines, and setting new meters. CoServ added more than 16,000 electric meters and more than 7,000 new gas meters to its system in 2021. By the end of the year, CoServ served more than 425,000 combined electric and gas meters, making us one of the largest electric co-ops in the country. CoServ is again on pace to have another record-breaking year of new meter sets by the end of 2022. Despite this fast-paced growth, CoServ remains committed to its members. This can be seen in CoServ's stellar reliability, which state regulators ranked among the best in the state again in 2021. The average member experienced an outage of less than 35 minutes last year, excluding major weather events and power supply problems. CoServ electric linemen and gas technicians are the best in the business and show their dedication to our members and customers daily. Response times improved partly due to strategic planning that put crews closer to the communities they serve. The cooperative spirit also means that co-ops watch out for each other when disaster strikes through mutual aid agreements. When Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana in August, CoServ sent 2 lineman crews to assist the Washington St. Tammany Electric Cooperative as it recovered from the disaster. Lineman crews worked 16-hour days replacing broken utility poles, stringing new wires, and replacing equipment to restore power to members. Hard work, training, and professionalism are the hallmarks of CoServ crews, and is something all CoServ employees should be proud of. If disaster ever hits North Texas, CoServ members can be assured that other co-ops will return the favor and help restore power as safely and quickly as possible. While CoServ prides itself on providing great service and value to its members, there are some things beyond our control, such as commodity prices and inflation. In the middle of 2021, natural gas prices started rising, and this trend continues in 2022, with prices hitting a 13-year high this spring. The fallout from Winter Storm Uri also led to policy changes in the Electric Reliability Council of Texas market, the impact of which are still being assessed. These factors combined to cause the cost of wholesale electricity to increase dramatically, which affects all utilities, whether they are for-profit retail electric providers, municipal utilities, or co-ops. As an electric cooperative, CoServ passes through the cost of wholesale electricity with no markup or adders. CoServ promises to be open and transparent about the cost of electricity and the fact that members will pay more per kilowatt hour as long as natural gas prices remain elevated. But CoServ also remains competitive with other providers, including the for-profit retail electric providers. As the community recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic and now faces the highest inflation in 4 decades, it's important to remember that many people are struggling to pay their bills and put food on the table. In 2021, the CoServ Charitable Foundation distributed a record $1.4 million in grants to nonprofits that serve basic human needs, promote community vitality, and support education. The majority of CCF funds come from members who participate in Operation Roundup, which rounds their bills up to the nearest dollar. These pennies add to millions of dollars that go right back into nonprofits that directly impact people's lives. This is another example of how CoServ is powering the community. Thank you to everyone who generously donates to this fund so CCF can continue its mission. CCF also has a general fund that awards grants to nonprofits outside CoServ's service territory. The general fund is funded by CoServ employees who choose to donate with payroll deductions and fundraisers such as the annual CCF Golf Tournament. CoServ employees have a heart to help the community by giving back through volunteering. Whether it's building a ramp for the Texas Ramp Project on a Saturday morning or serving food to medical workers at Texas Motor Speedway during the COVID-19 mass vaccination events, people can count on CoServ employees. CoServ launched the new CoServ Corral member and customer appreciation events this year. Electric members can stop by the Bright Orange tent when it's out at community events in their area to win prizes and enter for a chance to win bill credits. In addition, everyone who registers at these events is entered to win a grand prize drawing in December. 2021 challenged us all in ways never imagined, and those challenges continue in 2022. But these examples demonstrate CoServ's commitment to powering community, not only with electricity and natural gas, but the power of the human spirit to give back and overcome. That is what has driven CoServ for 85 years, and will continue to do so for the next 85.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would like to thank you for joining us today for this year's annual meeting. The video you just watched tells the story of CoServ, from our rural roots to the record-breaking growth and the many ways we power our community. I take great pride in the cooperative we have built together over the past 85 years, and I am privileged to lead 500 talented employees who are dedicated to serving you each and every day. But today, rather than focusing on the past year's accomplishments, I'd like to discuss two important issues facing CoServ and its members. These issues are rising electricity costs and the ongoing Brazos Electric Power Cooperative bankruptcy. The high electricity prices we face today are a culmination of many factors. Since May of 2021, natural gas prices have increased by over 183% for many reasons, including the Russian invasion of Ukraine, increased demand for the export of liquefied natural gas, and the rebound of the economy after the COVID-19 pandemic. This increase impacts electricity prices because natural gas is a significant driver of the market prices in ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, who operates the grid in most of the state. Additionally, the fallout from Winter Storm Uri led to changes in the ERCOT market that have impacted wholesale electricity pricing. Many of these issues not only affect CoServ and our members, but everyone across Texas and the United States. And the cost of electricity is not the only place each of us is experiencing price increases. Inflation is at some of the highest levels we have seen in decades. Everything from gasoline to groceries is going up, and everyone's budget is being affected. We know our members are feeling the impact of these price increases, and CoServ remains focused on keeping costs as low as possible for our members. Many of you see advertisements for various rates offered by retail electric providers. And while it is often perceived that these rates from these providers may be less than CoServ's, many times this isn't the case. When you compare CoServ's standard residential rate to the 12-month fixed rates of many of the largest retail electric providers in the area, CoServ's rates have been and remain more than competitive. You see, with CoServ, not only are you getting a competitive rate with no expiration dates or renewal obligations, no hidden fees and no hassles, you are also getting service from one of the most reliable electric providers in the state with dedicated local customer care agents who are ready to assist you. I wish I could offer you some good news regarding the cost of electricity for the coming months, but there are no signs that natural gas prices will retreat. So everyone, including CoServ members, should anticipate elevated electricity prices for the remainder of 2022. Now, Let me update you on the Brazos Electric bankruptcy. As I reported to you last year, during Winter Storm Uri, our power supplier, Brazos Electric, could not meet its obligations to supply power from the generating plants it operates to its 16 members, which includes CoServ. Those plants provide approximately 60% of the power that CoServ provides to our members. This left Brazos short on electricity at a time when prices were at the highest levels allowed in ERCOT. The purchase of electricity at those high prices led to Brazos filing for bankruptcy in March 2021. 16 months later, Brazos remains in bankruptcy, and there has been no resolution regarding the amounts that CoServ may have to pay Brazos for the very expensive electricity provided to CoServ's members. Since day one of the Brazos bankruptcy, CoServ has worked diligently to make sure the impact to you is mitigated. We have actively engaged in the court proceedings, often taking positions contrary to Brazos. Early in the Brazos bankruptcy, the CoServ Board of Directors identified two critical outcomes we hope to obtain. Reduce the cost that Brazos may pass through to us from the storm and increase our ability to control power supply. Several years ago, we pushed Brazos for and gained the ability to make decisions over 40% of our power supply. As Uri approached, CoServ used that ability to hedge potential exposure to increased electricity demand and higher prices. Our decision to hedge resulted in significant savings for you, our members, by reducing our anticipated Uri charges by approximately 25%. Now, until the Brazos bankruptcy is resolved, which is hopefully later this year, we will not know the final cost to CoServ. As things stand today, CoServ anticipates we will have the opportunity to gain additional control over our power supply after Brazos exits bankruptcy. This increased power supply freedom will provide the opportunity to tailor power supply in ways that best meet the needs of our members as this cooperative continues to see record growth. We are confident CoServ can obtain reductions in power costs, which will be passed on to you, our members, and that those savings will offset the impact of the Winter Storm Uri charges from Brazos. We will continue to communicate as the resolution of the Brazos bankruptcy and the impact to you becomes clearer. I appreciate the opportunity to share these important issues that impact you. While these past few years have been challenging for all of us in many ways, and as we face additional challenges that arise, CoServ remains dedicated to powering our community to a brighter future. Thank you.
Thank you, Donnie, for those timely and straightforward remarks. CoServ members who voted in this year's election via mail-in or electronic ballot were entered in a drawing for $50 $100 electric bill credits. After this meeting adjourns, the names of the winners will be displayed on the screen. The names will also be available on CoServ.com following today's meeting. As chairman of the CoServ Electric Board of Directors, I want to thank everyone who took the time to view this meeting, either live or the recorded version. We look forward to the coming year and the opportunities it will provide to us to renew our commitment to serving and connecting in all of our communities. At this time, I officially adjourn the meeting.